So there's some controversy about AAVE. Ebonics is what I called it back in the day. It's not the same as a southern drawl or a regional accent. It's just not. Because with a regional accent, you can still assimilate into the work environment. And you'll probably be really accepted. But if you go into full AAVE mode, which is why most black people code switch, and I can't be in a meeting talking to my supervisor. Like, for me, it's the fact you'll never read your emails, but if you want this smoke, go ahead and pop off. That will raise some eyebrows. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the same. We can't be mixing up things like that, because then when you say, well, those are just words, and everybody can use those words, but you don't normally talk like that though. So I don't usually have an issue with people using AAVE as long as it's not disrespectful. As a black woman, this does not come as a shock to me. In 2007, when I first started working at the DMV in North Carolina, of course, my hair was fried, dyed, and laid to the side. But in 2010, I decided to return to my natural roots, and I did my big chop. Now, as I said before in one of my other videos, I had two supervisors who were standing behind me, laughing, looking at my hair, and smirking at one another. And when I turned around to look at them, they both walked back into their office. Now, of course, after a time, my hair grew out. I had a nice, luscious afro. And one of the girls who I work with, she came up to me. She touched my hair. She said, "Oh, my God, it's so soft." I said, "Of course it is, you know." She said, "It's really funny that when you first cut your hair off, two of the supervisors called me into the office and asked me if you were going through something, if you had some problems, if you had some issues." I'm running out of time. I'm going to do a part two. Of course, this is part two. Of course, there would be times where I would wear my afro out. I would have a nice, cute little flower or a bow in it. And sometimes the customers would complain to supervisors, and then they would tell me I couldn't wear my hair with the bows and the flowers and stuff. I was even told at times that they liked it better when I wore my hair twisted down or like up when I was wearing weave or something like that, better than when I would wear my hair out. This is why, as a black woman, I get mad when I see stuff like this. If wearing my hairstyle affects how I keep a job, get a job, or how I'm viewed on a job, no one else should be able to take a style, call it something else, and say that it's a trend when it's not. We've been wearing these hairstyles for years. It's been brought to my attention that a lot of you guys are operating under the false pretense that you're not racist when you actually are, because you use a lot of things from the I Am Racist toolkit. So let's just go over what that consists of. First up, we have good old-fashioned racial slurs. That one never gets old. If you don't agree or follow the logic, just throw out a racial slur. Next up, we have what is called deflecting. If we bring up one issue such as police brutality, you like to bring up something like black on black crime when you never ever talk about white on white crime. It's just called proximity crime. Then we have what I call microaggressions. When you say things like you people or your kind or those people over there. And of course, no toolkit is complete without the, if you don't like it here, you can just go back to where you came from, or you can just go back to Africa. And then we have my all new time favorite, you're a liberal. Then there's speak American, you're in America. Why are you speaking that language? Get out of here. If you want to speak that Española, you just need to go back to your own country. America doesn't have an official language, by the way, so stop. Then there's cultural appropriation. I find this one the most disturbing because you guys make fun of Native Americans for the way that they dress, the way that they wear their hair, and different things that they say, but then you want to use their culture and make money off of it, or you want to appropriate black culture by using our slangs and our jargon, but then tell us we speak ghetto or hood. And lastly, this was a new one that just got tossed at me yesterday. The Africans come here all the time and they seem to do well for themselves, but your people, your kind, these blacks in America, you guys are always struggling. One of the things that I find annoying is when black people become, rich or famous or even just well off, they forget the process of how they got there. And suddenly, when they get an opportunity to speak out on certain things, they become like they have amnesia. It's like, racism? Why? Whatever do you mean? Racism? I don't know of this strange thing that you speak of. I do not even know how to spell racism. What is that? And it's like, come on, guys. If you are the first black anything or first woman this or first whatever, do you think in 2020 that it's because you're the only person that knows how to do that particular job? Or do you think it's because a lot of other people who don't have access to the same things that you have access to, and they haven't been afforded the same opportunities because they have been denied those things?